The one who is out of line is Donald Trump. What happened is that, you know how it is in the press conferences? There were two reporters before me who asked their questions, and then it was my turn. So I said, I have a question on immigration. I stood up. He didn't say anything. So I kept on asking my question, and I confronted him on the fact that he wants to deport 11 million and build a wall and deny citizenship. Obviously, he didn't like my question. So when he realized that he didn't like my question, and when he realized what was going on, he tried to stop me and ask another reporter to ask a question. At that point, I told him that as a U.S. citizen, as an immigrant, and as a reporter, I had the right to ask a question. He said no. He told me to go back to Univision.
Right.
And then I just kept on asking my question. He signaled to his security people. And at that point, because let's remember, this is Donald Trump's press conference.
Right.
He was in control. He signaled his security people to throw me out of the press conference. It's the first time in my life that this has happened.
Right, but like as you said, Jorge, I mean, it's his press conference. He runs the rules. You jump the queue. And, you know, sometimes I've never seen this happen.
I didn't jump the queue. No.
Well, he didn't call on you for a question. He didn't call on you.
Reporters asked the question, and then it was my turn. No, he didn't have to call on everyone, Chris, and you know how it is.
Oh, I know, I totally do. But usually when you're not called on to ask a question, usually the other reporters yell at you. I just want you to hear what he said about it this morning on the Today Show and get your reaction.
Okay.
And you know why those cameras are all red lighted?
Out of line last night. I was asking and being asked a question from another reporter. I would have gotten to him very quickly, and he stood up and started ranting and raving like a madman. And frankly, he was out of line, and most people, in fact, most newspaper reports said I handled it very well. He was totally, absolutely out of line.
His point is it wasn't a question, it was a comment. You wanted to get into a fight with him, and you got your fight.
No, I want to have an interview with Donald Trump, and I wanted to have an interview with Donald Trump up to a point in which a few weeks ago I sent him a handwritten note with my cell phone on it, and instead of responding, he published on the internet my cell phone. So he hasn't been giving us answers, and this is very important for the Hispanic community, and this is personal. So we're talking about the lives, destroying the lives of millions of people if his plan goes ahead. So instead of waiting, and you never wait, Chris, instead of waiting, I decided to come to Iowa and ask him the questions that he didn't want to answer. And that's precisely what I did. I think as reporters, our responsibility is to ask questions, and he hasn't answered those questions. So we just have to go wherever the news is. And in this case, I felt that it was not only my duty, but I had to ask those questions.
Right.
He didn't like the question. That's why he threw me out.
Well, he certainly doesn't like to be tested. Many politicians don't. But in fairness, you were making comments and asking questions. You've said in the past that he's the face of hatred in America. When he said, I only want to deport illegals, not all immigrants, you said no human is illegal. When you understand that when someone comes in here and they don't have proper paperwork, that means they're illegal in any country. Those are points of view. They're not questions. Are you making this too personal?
Well, first of all, it cannot be too personal because no human being is illegal.
But I don't understand what that means, Jorge. Of course, human beings can be illegal if they break the law. I don't understand what your point is. Your point is about human dignity. Why are you making it that way?
No, the fact is that as a reporter, I believe, you have to take a stand when it comes to racism, discrimination, corruption, public lies, dictatorships, and human rights. The best of journalism that we've seen and that you've seen, Chris, is always when reporters take a stand in front of those who are in power. And I think the most important social responsibility as reporters is to prevent and denounce the abuse of those who are in power. That's when you see the best journalism. That's what happened with Watergate, with Edward Murrow. We've seen it plenty of times. So as reporters, I don't think it's that you have to sit down because Donald Trump tells you to sit down.